There we go. Okay, so if Katie buys no songs, what's the greatest number of movies she can buy? What does this represent? This is movies 5, songs 0, and this is an intercept. In the way that we drew this graph, this is going to be the y-intercept, because we put movies on the y-axis. And what we found in number 4 is the x-intercept. And then one way to graph lines, we've been using the slope and y-intercept, but you can also use the x and y-intercept. Depending on the equation and the information you have, this is another way to find how to do a line. All right. Okay, books we are done with. I'm going to give you your packet for this week.
Please.
It's because you just stopped asking questions.
5 days. It's short.
That's not short.
It's a 5-day week. Here we go. Let's take a look at this packet. First, put your name on the top. Okay. Andy, you got your name on the top?
Yes, I do.
Great.
It says Andy Azevedo.
I think it's the 19th. Let me look at my calendar. Yep. Okay. Second, standard form, slope-intercept form. Where did we hear about that? On the board. Okay. Second. So number 1 and number 2 of the vocabulary is on the board for you right now. But hey, our 8th graders can't see the board, so how about we do this together? Number 1, standard form. AX. That's how you would see it in definition-y form. As an example, we had something like this last week. And we just had something similar with the gift card example. Slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. And as an example, you've had somewhere you'd had to graph something like y equals 1/2 x plus 3. So the m and the b are numbers that get plopped in. A, b, and c are numbers that get plopped in. Number 2, down at the bottom. They tell you what to do in number 1. We're defining variables and writing an expression. 2 things. Number 2, Guillermo, could you read about photo printing website, please?
Photo printing website sells 8x10 prints for $4.99, and 3 by 5 prints for $1.99. Write an expression to represent the total amount of taken and earned by selling 8 by 10 and 3 by 5.
Okay, what variable do we want to use for our 8 by 10 prints? How about B for big? B equals big. That's 8 by 10. When you get your school photo, that's the one that's this size. It's like a whole page, just your face. Does any of you, your family, frame it and put it on the wall? Yeah, that's what we use those for. Okay, let's use S for small. That's a 3 by 5. Okay, that's more the little desktop size. If you have a little picture somewhere of your face, like Grandma's house maybe, sitting on her dresser or her counter or her TV or something, all the grandkids. That's the size my family we give away to Grandma's, okay, on the pictures. Okay, what's the equation we're going to make? We were given some info about those. I've got a $4.99 here and a $1.99. I need to write an equation. These lend themselves to standard form. You've done it twice. How about this? I'm going to start with $4.99. What am I going to write right next to it? B, that's the price for the big photo, the 8 by 10, plus 1.99 S equals some kind of C, some kind of total amount. If we're doing a package, it will depend on your family or the package that you buy. All right, so moving on to 3 and all the way through 6. You're doing more of that. Again, it looks like it continues 7 through 12. Let's see. Flip in your packet. It starts to get different. It says page 5 at the top of the page. It says 317 at the bottom of the page.
No?
Wait, how would you do one of those problems in like the other one?
You're just writing the equation. You don't have to do anything yet. Okay? You're just putting it into the right form. Okay? But I'm going to give you time, and I'll walk around, and you guys can get started on it. Okay? But here's a different kind. Determine the x and the y-intercept. They give you an example. They take the equation, and what do they do right here in this step? What do you see in their example? They put a 0. I've been doing this, but they represent it as putting a 0 in. And then they get x by itself. And then they start over with the original equation, and they put a 0 in the other variable, and then isolate. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to write this equation 2 times. This time I'm going to say let's let x equal 0. That means I'm really working with a smaller version of this equation. What kind of math do I need to do to get?
Division.
Divide by 3, y equals 90. That's the y-intercept. Now, over here, I just let x equal 0. What am I going to do with this second equation? Instead of x equals 0,
Y equals 0.
y equals 0. So the smaller equation has this 15x and the 270. And again, we're going to divide x. Somebody got it already? 18. This is the x-intercept. This is the y-intercept. They both started with the whole equation, but we crossed off one part. All right, I'm going to let you start this packet, and you have about 10 minutes to work on it. We'll answer questions about stuff further along on different days. But go back to the beginning, start working your way through. I think you have enough in your brain right now to get you going.